Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you a recipe for tomato, basil, chicken, and ziti. So I've always loved chicken and pasta dishes. They're one of my favorites. This has an Italian flair to it, and it's topped off with burrata cheese at the end, which is delicious, creamy, and yummy. Have you ever had burrata cheese? If not, you're missing out. It's like mozzarella with like creamy mozzarella inside. So it's delicious. We don't need a lot of ingredients. This is fast, this is easy, this is healthy, and I want you to remember that all my videos are down below. So to start this recipe, we are going to cook the chicken first. Okay, I've got a deep electric skillet. You can use a deep frying pan. That will work fine. So I've got 4 chicken breasts that I've cleaned. I always like to wash my chicken, and I am gonna go ahead and drizzle some olive oil in that pan. That's about a tablespoon worth. And I am going to coat the chicken with some flour. I like to do that. It kind of seals in the juices of the chicken. It just makes it cook better. So just sprinkle the flour, on both sides. I mean, not sprinkle. Dredge it in the flour, coat both sides. I'm gonna shake it off a little bit and then put it in the pan. Simple stuff. So I'm using ziti. You can use any pasta, and I've already cooked it. So cook whatever pasta you're gonna use. You can do it first according to package directions. Make sure you have enough oil in the pan. So we're gonna completely cook that chicken, and then we'll cut it in strips at the end and put it over the pasta. And we're gonna make a fresh tomato sauce with Roma tomatoes and garlic. It's delicious. So I'm gonna try to evenly sprinkle a teaspoon of salt over the chicken breasts. And then some black pepper. I've got Mrs. Dash onion and herb, which I love, and if you don't have it and you want to use onion powder, that's fine. Same thing, about a teaspoon over the top, as evenly as possible. And some garlic powder. I'm just going to sprinkle it, but same thing, about a teaspoon. Comes out a little fast. And then I have Mrs. Dash Italian Medley, which I love, and if you don't have it, no worries. Use like a half a teaspoon of basil, oregano, and parsley, and that will work. So we're just gonna load this chicken with some great flavor. And I'm only gonna put the spices on one side. All right, while the chicken cooks, I'll show you how I cut the tomatoes. So these are Roma tomatoes. I used 12. I cut the rest, but I kept 2 aside. So I cut them in slices. Terrible knife. And then take like half the stack and cut them in half, and then half again. You just want them in small pieces, half and half again, okay? Because we're gonna cook those right down. All right, and then I have a nice big bowl of the tomatoes already cut. I love fresh tomato sauce. It's delish. A little more oil. Okay, the chicken's been going about 3 to 4 minutes, and it looks golden, so I'm gonna flip it. And now we're gonna just make sure that it's completely cooked with no pink in the center. So the chicken is done. I'm gonna let it cool down on the plate, and we're gonna make the sauce in the same pan. So I'm gonna just give it a quick wipe with some paper towels. Okay, now, this is a really simple sauce. It's olive oil, garlic, fresh tomatoes, fresh basil, salt and pepper, and it's delicious. And the key is you're gonna keep adding olive oil as the tomatoes cook down. Don't be afraid of olive oil. It's really good for you, actually. So I'm gonna coat the bottom of the pan with the oil. Okay, we'll say a tablespoon or so. And then I'm gonna crush the garlic in. Okay, I have 3 cloves of 3 pretty big cloves of garlic. And garlic burns fast, so just kind of mix it around the pan really quick. And I'm going to go ahead and add our 12 chopped Roma tomatoes. So the goal is to get these cooked down, and a little more olive oil, okay? We're gonna keep adding it, but the goal is to get these cooked down about 10 to 15 minutes. And to the tomatoes, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt and some black pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon or so. And the fresh basil goes in at the end so that it doesn't lose its magnificent flavor. And when everything's assembled, we will scoop some of the burrata cheese over the top. And this comes packaged in the liquid like fresh mozzarella. And I'll read you what it says about burrata cheese. It is fresh mozzarella cheese filled with shreds of mozzarella soaked in cream. Ooh, so that's why it's got that yummy, delicious, creamy center. So good on pizza and great on pasta. So you want these tomatoes to have a nice kind of light boil going to them. And just, you know, every couple minutes mix to break them down. Smelling good. Okay, while the tomatoes cook down, you can go ahead and cut the chicken in strips. Let me get a cutting board. So just, you know, cut each piece like this in thin strips. Taste test it. Really good. It's really good. Okay, so the chicken's great, tastes really good. And go ahead and get these mixed around again. Okay, and another teaspoon or so of olive oil. So these tomatoes have cooked down really nice. They've been going for about 10 minutes. So we can go ahead and add the fresh basil, and this is about 12 fresh basil leaves that I chopped. And we'll go ahead and put another drizzle of some olive oil. Okay. Let those flavors blend together a little bit. So I opened the burrata cheese, and it's, you know, in the liquid, and it's just a ball like this, right? So I'm gonna cut it. Ooh, wow, and see all that, oh goodness, yummy. That creaminess comes pouring out, and that's what we're gonna scoop over the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this plated. So I've got a plate and the cooked ziti. Remember, when you cook pasta, to either rinse it with water when it's done or pour some olive oil over the top of it and mix it well to keep it from sticking. So we're gonna do pasta first and then the sauce. So a little goes a long way with the sauce. Put the sauce on the top and then Just pile the chicken on as much as you want. Okay, it's looking good. And then over each serving, you can drizzle the burrata cheese. Oh my goodness. There's the kicker. Woo-wee. All right, I'm running out of space. And then, you know, as a garnish, you can tear or chop some extra fresh basil. And there's dinner. Less than 30 minutes. Wow, looks yummy. So I encourage you guys to make it. Let me know how it turns out. Share with your friends. Remember to subscribe if you haven't. And thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day.